he talking to you?
Welcome to another show. I'm just so excited, Susan. I'm tongue-tied. In style, cooking, and the community. And we are so glad you're with us today. And I hope you've enjoyed our shows. I hope you join us every Wednesday right here on TV 24 WEAC. You can see us online.
Yes,
correct,
yes,
Susan?
you can find us online and live streaming on Facebook and on YouTube. And if you are a Cable One / Sparklight customer, I'm thinking Channel 9 is your plan.
That's right.
Yes.
And we have a lot of great guests coming up. The whole purpose of our show as we get started here on TV 24 again is to focus on cooking with Susan. She's going to bring us some great recipes because she has a wonderful business.
Thank you.
The Oven Odyssey right here locally.
Yes,
she does
ma'am.
catering, and you can contact her anytime. Of course, they may have to leave a message if you're sleeping, right, Susan?
Yes.
938-899-4222.
Thank
And
you.
that's the Oven Odyssey.
Yes.
And we are so happy to have Susan to do that. And then also our other focus on the show, as the name says, community. So whether you live in Talladega County, Calhoun County, Etowah County, Jefferson County, you will see us maybe in Sylacauga through a affiliate station.
Auburn?
That's right,
Yeah.
Auburn,
Leaves a bad taste in my
Birmingham.
mouth, but it's okay.
That's right, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Or you can always go and download the app online. Okay, or
There
on
you
your
go.
phone?
Yes.
On your phone.
Yes.
And we have a wonderful guest with us. He's going to join us for the cooking section, and then we're going to have a nice sit down with him at the last of the show.
Yes.
In our community section of the show. It's Mr. Samuel Sawyer. Thank you so much for joining us today,
Oh,
Mr.
I can't
Sawyer.
wait. I can't wait. I'm very excited.
And he is with Aquality Farms,
Yes,
correct?
ma'am.
Yes.
And you have to spell that with an A because you know
That's
how when
right.
you Google,
Like
it always takes it away and
A-quality.
wants to put a E.
Yes.
So yeah,
AI
it's
stick back.
Aquality Farms.
Yes.
That's
So
right.
we're excited about that. But right now, I'm going to turn it over to Susan, and she is going to tell us what are we cooking today.
Today we are making cheese straws. Now these are delicious little.
I can't wait.
You can't go wrong with butter and cheese and flour, and so they're super fun to eat. They're not that much fun to make. It's not my favorite thing to make. But they're so popular that
They are.
that we just keep after it. This little dealy-do is a cookie press, and this is
I was
from
wondering what that was.
Yes, this is from the Granny collection. I have had this forever. My granny was like 82-ish, I think, when she died, and I ended up with a cookie press. And sometimes the spirit of Granny is in the cookie press, and it will just put itself down all by itself. And so this is what I use to make the cheese straws. It's got the little star attachment dealy-do thing, and so you can get a cookie press, probably one just like this at Farmporium, my friends in Ranburn. Or you can purchase one of these that's a plastic version, I expect, from a big box store. Or I think I've seen these at Kohl's, and
Oh, really?
of course.
Yeah. And you probably
Food
could go
Network
online
food.
if
Yeah.
you're an online shopper.
Absolutely.
You could go to Amazon
Amazon
or
or
whatever.
wherever, yeah.
And just look it up. Cookie press.
Exactly.
Hey, may be able to find one from your local antique store
Indeed.
as well. And it has
Yes.
maybe some history as
Yes.
well.
That's a good idea.
Exactly.
Yes.
And so I have two of these so that if I'm doing a big cheese straw order, then I can go ahead and get two of them prepped and ready to go. And so that's the cavity where we're going to put our mix. And
Okay.
So we have the story done on that.
And what else? Tell us about all
we
the
have
ingredients we're going to need.
We've got 1 cup of all-purpose flour with a half a teaspoon of baking powder, and this is sifted. when you read the directions on a recipe, do what the recipe says. If it says to sift the flour, sift the flour.
It always helps.
Or you're going to end up with lumps or something, and the baking powder's not going to be mixed in properly, and you'll end up with one really big place and one place that has no leavening at all. So I've already measured that and sifted it and dumped it in the bowl. If it tells you to whisk the dry ingredients together, then use your whisk and whisk the dry ingredients together again, so you don't end up with a pocket of salt or whatever the ingredients are. So this is kind of a small, this is going to make about 3 dozen. I say small, that's pretty small, but you know, for big eaters of cheese straws, you can probably knock those out in a couple of sittings. But we have this, and the butter that you're using is unsalted. Unsalted butter. The cheese is going to have salt in it, and so we're not going to add extra salt. It's just not a necessary ingredient here. The butter works better if it's really cool, because we're going to cut it into the all-purpose flour with a half a teaspoon of baking powder. Baking powder and baking soda are different. Powder works with heat, soda works with moisture, so different chemical reactions going on there.
So say that one more time. That was important for these young, a lot of young new bakers out there.
The baking powder is activated by heat, and the baking soda is activated by liquid. So I could mix up something made with baking powder and not cook it immediately. If I mix something that's got baking soda in it, and it's going to rise in the bowl or wherever I mixed it up, and it's not going to behave appropriately with the heat in the oven. It's not going to work out right. So there's one little. All right, so I'm not measuring this. This is cayenne.
Ooh.
And once again, follow your recipe.
Yes. Be
Okay,
careful
now
with
I
the
have to
cayenne.
ask this, because if I'm a young person learning to cook, which I'm an old cook, but she used, tell them again what you first used.
All-purpose flour.
All-purpose, not
flour.
self-rising girls and men out there.
And I bake with gold medal flour all the time. And I label the things that if it's not in the original container, I need to write on it what it is and when I put it in here. Otherwise, I could poison you, and you don't want that. I don't want that either.
No.
So it's not a good thing. So that's what we do. And then I've got this 1 cup of extra sharp cheese shredded. I used a small grate on my shredder. I didn't use the tiniest one, but this is a nice size to cut into the flour mixture. I'm going to mix that around just a little bit with the cayenne.
So
And I have to
that thinner cheese, that finer
Yes,
cut.
and I have to ask this. My daughter, because she loves to cook, and she's a FACS teacher. She said cheese, if you cut it off the block, she said, Mom, it'll taste so much better even than the really expensive, like Gento or whatever at the stores. She said, just get a block of cheese because it makes it taste better. Do you cook the same way?
The pre-grated cheese that you're going to buy in a bag has got a coating on it, and it's just not going to melt and
You
behave
can taste it,
properly.
too.
You
can taste it.
Yes. And that makes it not stick together in the package. That makes it last longer.
Wow,
and I don't need that. I just buy fresh ingredients, and that's not a problem. And also, I have the date on the container, so I know when I grated it and when I put it in here. So that, once again, I don't poison you.
Yeah, I like the cheese when you look at the package just says cheddar cheese. Because some of the packages, you'll have 6 or 7 ingredients.
Right. And something.
And those are interacting negatively with when you're baking with it.
Absolutely. So we don't want all that extra junk.
And I love cooking with real butter. I know there was a time while you're putting the butter in there. There was a time back when probably I was a little girl that they used to use. They were pushing margarine.
Yeah.
And
that's
my
okay.
grandmother and mother and everybody used to, they all cooked with butter, and then they went to margarine, and then as I grew older, and of course an old nurse too.
Right.
It was healthier
We're
to
looking
really
at more
cook
studies.
with butter.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is.
And now the studies, now everybody's back to butter.
Right.
Back to
definitely.
the basics of actually getting chicken, like she does her own eggs.
Ingredients.
Yeah, in the backyard.
Pasteurized cream, natural flavorings, contains milk, and it's unsalted butter.
And I don't salt when I cook. There's enough salt in everything.
Because you can't take it out.
Unless it's fresh vegetables.
Right, exactly. Fresh vegetables.
You can't take it back
a
out. So I'm going to work on
Definitely.
this. What you ask is this. This is a pastry cutter is what it's called. If you don't have one of these things, you can take 2 butter knives. Don't use a sharp knife. Just use, your regular butter knife, a knife. And you can cut them, do like this to cut the butter in if you don't have one of these little jobbies. If you're going to do this or make biscuits or anything like that, go ahead and get you one of these little babies and spend a little extra money and get the one that's not going to fall apart the first time you use it, because this takes a lot of pressure. There's muscle behind this, and your little cutter inner thingy is going to tear up really quickly. If you get a cheap one, you get what you pay for. I believe in high quality tools.
Utensils. And
you have to.
Yeah.
especially when you're using high quality ingredients.
Yes,
it all
yes.
goes hand in hand. I think I've been staring at one of those for the past 10 years in one of my drawers. So
one of those,
maybe,
yeah.
I don't do a lot of baking. I don't do a lot of baking. And like
now
she
you know
was
what it is.
saying,
Get it out.
the baking, you've really got to follow the recipe.
You do.
Yeah, you
It's
really
science.
do. There's a reason why it says a quarter of a teaspoon or a half
Yes.
a cup.
Yes.
Compared to, you know, when I was growing up, I started work at Classical and Noble.
Right.
And it's more of a creative, okay, let's try this, let's do this, put in this, and you can kind of wing it to a degree and you find something, hey, it's a new dish. But there's a reason why there's a recipe in baking and sourdough tastes the way it does,
Yes.
and cheese straws are the way they are.
And things are better. You know, people didn't realize, why did we cook in iron skillets when our grandmothers, right?
Right.
They passed those. I love it.
I love it.
Iron skillets got the best flavor for fried salmon patties, and you can make them healthy by using olive oil, you know, instead of vegetable oil, which is what our parents probably, you know, did.
Yes.
But there's so
But they
many
didn't
ways,
really
and
have
like
choices.
stainless steel. You know, it lasts forever.
It
I have
does.
a pot that was my grandmother's.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that pot is probably 80 years old.
There you go.
It's still great. It was by a company called Salad Master.
Yes.
And
man.
I
recall
actually
that.
bought a couple over my lifetime. Now I'll pass those down, you know,
Right, yeah,
eventually.
I love
but
that.
it's stainless steel, hospital grade.
Yep,
So
there
it's
you go.
great to cook in. And we're going to have to take a quick break
Okay.
Okay.
here
We'll do
in
that.
just
We'll
a
come back.
second. But that looks.
So far, so good. We
Yes,
got
it
the butter
does.
in, and we're going to work the cheese in next, and then we're going to put in some cold water if we need that to make the consistency
All
right.
right, so she's adding her cheese.
Yeah, don't be shy. Just
And
dump it all in
we
there.
are gonna, she's gonna mix that together, and
Yep.
we will take a quick
come
break, and we will be right back. So stay with us right here.
I want to live. The leading cause of death of young Americans like me is gun violence, and oftentimes tied to substance misuse. NBA, NFL, NCAA, most of you look like me, and our communities need you now more than ever. Let's make I want to live more than just a hashtag. Let's make it a movement. I am a baller against bullets.
I'm Alan Parnell with Parnell Insurance Agency. We've been here in Oxford and Alabama, Tallapoosa, Georgia since 1990. With Auto Owners Insurance, we're able to give customers competitive pricing along with excellent coverages. Parnell Insurance can handle all of your personal, commercial, and life insurance needs. We have a very experienced staff, both personal and commercial. All together, we've got about 125 years experience. Come see what our insurance agency can do for you in Oxford, Alabama, and Tallapoosa, Georgia.
Auto Owners Insurance.
Hey guys, this is Blair Smith at Pediatrics Plus here in Anniston, located on Henry Road. I'm over here on the well side, but we do also have a sick side urgent care if you need us. We are more than happy to see you guys. Just come on, check us out if you get a fever, cough, or cold, or want to come in for a good checkup. Thank you.
Backus Bibles and Books is dedicated to providing churches as well as individuals with products and services geared towards strengthening every relationship with Christ. We specialize in Bibles, Bible imprints, Bible restoration, church supplies, home decor, gifts, and apparel. Call us at 256-201-1202 or visit us Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at 1100 Highway Drive in Oxford, Alabama. We look forward to serving you, equipping the people of God to expand the kingdom of God.
The Civilian Marksmanship Program, also known as CMP, is a national organization dedicated to training and educating U.S. citizens in responsible uses of firearms and air guns through gun safety training, marksmanship training, and competitions. Their vision is to lead the nation in marksmanship excellence, providing safe, high-quality, and innovative programs with a focus on youth. For more information about the CMP and upcoming events, visit thecmp.org.
The weather is warming up and spring is just around the corner at Miller Sand and Landscape Supply. I'm Craig Miller and we've got something for everyone. From bulk materials like sand, gravel, and mulch to beautiful outdoor decor to make your outdoor living space the envy of the neighborhood. See our beautiful selection of Mazzarelli fountains, flowers to brighten your garden, and an outdoor center loaded with beautiful decor. Whether you need a little or a lot, visit Miller Sand and Landscape Supply.
Welcome back to In Style Cooking and Community. We're so glad to have you with us today. I hope you join us every week right here on TV 24 WEAC and along with other stations that actually will be carrying us.
Yes, absolutely.
That's at Auburn, Sylacauga, online, various many ways. And you can actually even download the app on your phone to WEAC TV 24.
YouTube and Facebook, and we're all over the place.
And I'm Kathy Tiller, if you're just now tuning in with us. And this is
I'm
Susan Shipman.
Hi.
And we have a wonderful guest, Samuel Sawyer of Aquality Farms with us. And he's going to talk to us about some great things. Right now we're watching Susan. So Susan, tell us what you've done now with there.
I put the cheese in.
You might want to show them what you're doing.
I added a little bit of water to get this the right consistency to go through the cookie press. The Granny Collection cookie press. So I'm going to get most of this off of here. We don't want to waste this food. These guys are just too good to waste. I don't really know.
That's several, straws right there.
Exactly. You're going to do what with that or not? Yeah, so I don't know a whole lot of individuals that are actually doing these things anymore because they are a lot of trouble. I mean, it's not complicated. There's absolutely nothing complicated about this recipe.
But isn't it a lot healthier doing it that way than buying it like in the store?
Well, it doesn't have preservatives,
Right.
And so that's the key to this being not as bad for you is that it doesn't have preservatives.
Yeah,
and
there's
that's
only
a
a
big
few
deal.
ingredients compared to,
Right, and you can spell them too.
Yeah, if you look at the back
ingredients.
of a Cheez-It box or something.
It doesn't have any polyunsaturated anything.
That's good.
Yp, it doesn't have any FD&C number 3 red. All right, so we're going to load this up in the cookie press. In we go.
I'm excited to see this.
Heck yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
This is so much fun.
I think everybody needs to go out to the local antique
cheese
store and get one of
straws.
these.
Yes.
And that's why I stopped eating them because they were so bad
Oh
for
my
you
goodness,
when you buy
I
them.
know. Well, Kathy, just
There's not.
all
I don't
things
think
in
it's possible
moderation.
to eat one of them.
No.
If someone
I
can
haven't
do
ever seen
that, that's
anybody
some
do
real
it.
discipline.
Yeah, I don't know anybody like that. I did an order of these recently for a woman that was going to a baby shower. Yes, ma'am, I do. Yes, ma'am, I do. You want how many?
Oh goodness.
Yep. And so you can either, when you're squirting these out, you can either just make them long and then cut them after you take them out of the oven, which is not on. Or you can cut them before you stick them in the oven.
Okay.
Yep. So we're going to straighten that out a little bit.
Oh my gosh.
Hey guys. Yeah, we'll make this fun. We can make designs if we want to,
That's
because
right.
it's our food. We can do whatever we want to with it.
Yeah,
Right?
if you were doing this with your kids, they could write their names.
You know,
and-
this would be a healthy summertime snack with the kids.
There you go.
Yeah, it would because it's not a processed food.
And we all know we love snacking.
Oh my goodness, yes.
And now, once these are cooked, Susan, how long do they last? Like, can you put them? Do you have to refrigerate them?
25 minutes in my house.
No, no, I meant like
No.
though if you didn't eat them all that day.
You can leave them out at room temperature
Right.
unless room temperature is 85 degrees. You know, that's too warm,
That's too
for
warm,
them.
yes.
But room temperature is good for these guys. Because there's nothing in them really to spoil. You know, cheese lasts 100 million years.
Right.
If you started with it fresh. So, you ready? All right, here we go. All right, here we go. We're going to
And we're putting it into a air fryer.
the Easy Bake Oven. Let's see if it's
Yeah,
really
she calls it an easy bake oven. It's an air
it says
fryer.
it's preheating, but we know that it's already hot in there. Okay, so we're going to give that approximately, we're going to look at that in 10 minutes because I haven't done these in this before.
Oh.
Okay, well,
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
we're experimenting together, folks.
It's a new test today.
We are doing the test. We're going to look at this in
Yeah,
10
it
minutes, not
is.
18. Come on.
Okay, so, but the ingredients again, it was very simple. Just
It
cheese.
is. It's a cup of all-purpose flour, a half a teaspoon of baking powder. I guess if you don't have baking powder and you do have self-rising flour, it might work. I don't know. I haven't ever tried that before.
Right.
It's 1 cup of extra sharp cheese grated. So I grate it first and then I measure the cup. Not measure the cup and then grate, because you'll end up with too much cheese if there's such a thing.
And that's your spice.
And a
in it.
little bit of cayenne, yeah. That's probably less than 1/8 of a teaspoon of cayenne. I
Right.
just shook it over it just a little bit because it gives it just a tiny little bit of zip. I make a Chex Party Mix that is cayenne. I make the traditional also, but the cayenne isn't going to make you break out in a sweat, you know, or
Right.
palpitate or anything because it's not that hot.
Yeah.
It's just got a little bit of a back end zip to it.
It keeps you coming back, I think.
Yes,
you know.
yes.
And see, like me, I don't like spicy foods. I've
No,
never liked spicy
nothing
food, but I love
overbearing.
tomatoes.
It
Love
needs to,
tomatoes.
you know,
but
pair and be a part of the flavor profile.
yes, all right.
absolutely.
So I can handle doing that because that's just enough
Yeah.
to give it
Yeah.
flavor.
Now,
Yeah.
what if you were to, let's say, a cheese similar to cheddar in the texture or firmness, and maybe change it up so it wasn't like a sharp cheddar? Have you ever tried that?
If you get a cheese that's got the same amount, generally the same amount of moisture in it, that would
Okay.
be the only factor I think with the
Okay.
cheese would be the
really?
amount of moisture in that. But then you can adjust for that. If it's
okay.
drier, you can add more water or.
So if you're a teenager and you're watching us this summer, and they wanna do the cheese straws, but they don't have cheese to grate, they could actually use the bagged cheese. Does it need to say low moisture? Or-
It needs to be a higher moisture, not a low moisture. Yeah, because
really?
the cheddar cheese is pretty wet.
Okay.
As far as
Okay.
you know, cheeses go, and if they get that pre-grated stuff, they're going to have to add some water. And I don't really know how that's going to work out in a recipe, but it's worth a try. You know, it's not that
Well,
much
this
money
is
involved.
healthier.
And
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
A stick of butter these days with tax included is about $1.25, which is considerably more than it. Cocoa has been an issue. Because the cocoa bean forests had some disease, and so cocoa's been hard to get, and it's been incredibly expensive. I don't really know what's going on here, so we probably need to go talk.
They
elsewhere
had
later.
to. I know what you're talking about, the cocoa.
Yeah.
It actually. I don't think that has anything to do with the tariffs or any
No,
of that.
no.
It's actually they had a problem
Yeah.
with the cocoa beans,
Right.
which actually supplies our coffee and our chocolate and a lot of various things. So. That's probably why we've seen the price rise in chocolate.
It's a totally an
right now.
availability thing.
And coffee too.
Yeah. Yes.
It's because cocoa beans aren't grown in the U.S., are they? I don't know of anywhere.
Cocoa's not
Do you?
coffee.
No, I meant the
but-
cocoa beans. I don't know anywhere in the United States.
I don't think that our climate is appropriate for
Yeah,
that.
it's a very warm climate.
Is it still preheating?
Yeah, she's trying
I
to
don't know
check
what it's doing.
the
Yes.
air fryer. I don't know what it's doing
supposed
either.
to be going.
Does it look like it's? It looks like it's cooking.
Well, it's
no,
warm
doesn't
in
it?
there. At least we know that it's warm in there. We should
She's got it
probably
on bake.
move
Might
on
just
to
to
the.
Start.
put it 425 maybe.
Well, that's too hot. See, it's telling me that it's preheat. Oh, it's doing something because the light's dimmed. We're just leaving you right there, buddy.
Okay.
Preheat
right.
is good enough because
We're not going to
375
mess
is
with it.
375.
While we're waiting on that to cook, how about we talk about our wonderful sponsors that we have?
Yeah, that's great.
And we'll talk about Susan.
We will talk
that
about Susan.
actually is from, she has her own company.
Yes, Oven Odyssey. We opened about 3 years ago just as baking and added catering to the picture while little brother was with us. And sadly, God has got him now, but we are still doing the catering and baking. And so if you need something special, if it's not on our menu, that's okay. My friend Brenda in Piedmont does that. Susan, can you make me some chicken and dumplings? Not on the menu, Brenda. Absolutely. And so whatever you need, we can cater to your needs.
Yes,
So,
Oven Odyssey. And you can reach Susan at 938-899-4222.
that's it.
That is fantastic.
Absolutely. We love what we do, and so that makes it fun every single day. These are not my favorite thing to make, but that's okay. There's all the other things that are my favorite thing to make.
Well, we're
and
going to do a lot of recipes with Susan on the show.
Yes, very
we are.
excited about that.
And also, we want to thank some of our other sponsors. We love drinking coffee at Cold Coffee. Jared has been a guest with us on the show, and his phone number is 256-403-2265, and great coffee shop, and
great
it's
place to hang
locally
out.
owned. Yes, and if you live in a surrounding county, come to Calhoun County. We have a lot of great things here going on. And Samuel Sawyer, that's with us right now on the show, he actually is located right behind Cold Coffee, correct, Samuel?
And I am, and we are Aquality Farms, and Cold Coffee, we can smell them when they roast their coffee, because they actually roast their own beans.
It's right there with
So
you.
they've got a really good product, and we're right behind there on Wilmer Avenue.
So you can smell it. You know, I know when I pull up in the parking lot, I'm like, yeah, they're roasting.
And
That's right.
speaking of Samuel Sawyer, as you see on the screen, Aquality Farms, 256-283-2991. And I know all of you are wondering, what is Aquality Farms? Well, guess what? Hang around with us, because after this segment of cooking, we're going to sit down and have a talk with Samuel Sawyer about Aquality Farms, and he's going to tell us all about what he can help you with, provide you with, right?
Yeah, everything.
Great story.
I'm excited to reach out and talk with y'all about it.
Yes. All right, Susan, how are we
It's
doing over
actually
there?
cooking now, so there's that.
Yeah, we've started.
Oh, great. It is cooking.
That's right.
Oh, that's
don't
great.
always work out
Okay,
as planned.
so cheese straws are always wonderful to have.
Yep.
And a wonderful little thing that she is going to share with us now is actually a presentation of the food. Like when you're serving the cheese straws for a wedding or something like that, or even with the kids, you might want to cut up a banana and a couple strawberries, and then you put the cheese straws with it, and that may be more enticing to the children.
We eat with our eyes first, so it's always a good idea to do that and to make sure that we're making pretty food. Some food is not pretty. Oatmeal is not attractive. I mean, you
Put
really
a
have
few
to do
blueberries
it.
or bananas
Right, you
or
put
some
something to
strawberries.
make
Yeah.
it look good.
You can color it up and it's much better, but oatmeal is just not attractive.
All right, well, we're going to go to a quick commercial
Very
break
good.
while Susan is starting to cut up these strawberries. And we will be right back, so stay with us. Don't go anywhere. We've got some cheese straws coming out of the oven soon.
Hey, this is Jason at Reeves Insurance. Just want to say a quick thank you to all of our customers for your support over the years. We now have offices in Anniston, Alexandria, and Oxford in order to serve you better. So stop in and see me or any of our experienced staff and let us shop for you. We'll find you the best price and the best coverage available. Thank you.
I want to live. The leading cause of death of young Americans like me is gun violence, and oftentimes tied to substance misuse. NBA, NFL, NCAA, most of you look like me, and our communities need you now more than ever. Let's make I want to live more than just a hashtag. Let's make it a movement. I am a baller against bullets.
I'm Alan Parnell, the Parnell Insurance Agency. We've been here in Oxford and Alabama, Tallapoosa, Georgia since 1990. With auto owners insurance, we're able to give customers competitive pricing along with excellent coverages. Parnell Insurance can handle all of your personal, commercial, and life insurance needs. We have a very experienced staff, both personal and commercial. All together, we've got about 125 years experience. Come see what our insurance agency can do for you in Oxford, Alabama, and Tallapoosa, Georgia.
Auto Owners Insurance.
Welcome back to In Style Cooking with the community and the community cooking in style. We could say we could do it either way, can't we, Susan?
It's
we are
ours.
so
We
happy.
can do whatever we want.
So glad you're with us today. So happy that we are in your home visiting with you right here on Wednesdays. Be sure to tune us in. Her oven's going off as I'm talking.
Our other guest.
It's okay.
Yeah, we're watching the air fryer.
It's okay.
We went out for a break, and hopefully the cheese straws will be done
they
fairly
smell lovely.
soon.
Yep.
She's cut up some great strawberries
those
and
pretty?
bananas. Is
I wish
next.
I could say these were from my garden, but they're not.
They look delicious.
Aren't they beautiful?
This strawberry season right now too. This time of year.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Warm weather.
Yep.
Are you fixing to get them out?
I'm gonna look at them.
Oh, she's checking them out.
Yeah, you gotta check them out.
They look kind
She's
of.
checking them out here.
I think those are done. You know, we had that little extra long preheat session.
She's
We don't want
bringing
to
them
burn
out.
them on
Almost.
the bottom.
Mm, yeah.
Saying those are done.
Almost. Are they? Almost? About in just a few more seconds? While we're watching that
Yeah,
bake
that's almost done. We're
in the
gonna do that
little
couple
air
more.
fryer there. Susan, how about we talk about some of our wonderful sponsors on the show? Thank you very much for being an ad sponsor on our show. Erin Wise with ERA King Real Estate. And she'll be joining us for another episode on one show. We'll have her soon
Yeah, I'm
next
looking
month.
forward to seeing her.
She's precious.
Oh, I love her.
Erin Griffith. She is a realtor local right here in Calhoun County. However, if you have needs in Talladega County, Etowah, Cherokee, she will be there in a jiffy.
Man,
How about
actually, and I didn't know she was a sponsor of this show,
Yeah,
but
she's
a
a
couple
friend of
months
mine.
ago, I bought a house out at Buckner and used her. And
She's
she was
great,
great.
isn't
She was
she?
great. She was really helpful.
And you can contact Erin Griffith at 256-283-0632.
Small
That's her
world.
phone number. And I'm sure if you if you need to text, I'm sure that would be fine with her too. Or you can email her at Erin, ERINW, at ERAKing.com. And she is with ERA King Real Estate.
Yes, she is.
So please feel free to contact her. I'm sure she would be happy to let you know what's going on in the market.
Nice lady.
If it's a good time to buy or it's a good time to sell. She's great about getting your home on the market.
Yeah.
How big of a process was that? You could probably help me.
It was
Sam.
actually really easy. I was kind of in the market. I've been back in the area. I grew up here, and a home popped up in McClellan, and I was really interested in that area. I gave her a call, and I think within 3 weeks we had closed on them.
Oh wow.
So I mean that's
great.
really quick,
Yeah.
really quick process. And she's also a big part of the community.
Yes, she
And we
is.
love supporting our
Yes,
people
she
that are
is.
involved in the community. And she's actually a sponsor of one of our hydroponic
Yes.
towers at
Yes,
Aquality
she
Farms.
is.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's good.
So yeah. So.
Well, Erin will, I'm sure, enjoy watching this show.
Yeah,
when
I
she
know,
gets
right?
back.
Yeah,
right now,
yeah.
she's out of pocket, but she is a great lady,
Mm-hmm.
and I've known her a long time. I actually worked with her when I did the morning show many years ago.
Okay.
She was at the Quintard Mall back then.
Yes, she was.
Wow. Okay.
She was in the marketing department at the Quintard, and just a beautiful young lady. So, all right, Susan, tell us what's happening there.
Nice. We're taking these bad boys out because they are done. Maybe
Oh, they're done.
overdone.
They
Okay,
smell and
so
look
do we
amazing.
need to prop them up right here?
We're going to let them We're gonna put them right on top,
Okay.
and we're gonna turn that off.
Even though we want to just put them in our
Not-
mouth
not
right
yet.
now,
Oh,
we've
not
got
yet.
to
We
wait
don't
a
wanna
little
do that.
bit,
You
I
should.
guess.
It will burn your tongue.
Yeah.
I promise.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Off. Off. I don't know. That's too funny. Off. Yes.
Did you get it off? Uh-oh. He's working on it. Well, they
Turn
look
itself off. They
delicious.
do, don't they? They are.
Yes, and this is going to be a great little dish. You know what? It'll be very enticing for your children that don't like, well, they may not like a lot of protein or cheese, but they'll think this is like a treat.
These are a
Definitely.
treat.
Because
They are.
they have a great flavor to them. And then you're actually giving them a little bit of protein, a little bit of carb
You
because
can
you're
say
flour.
that anyway.
Yeah.
And then you've got some fruit,
Well, they're
bananas,
Great for the
strawberries.
kids, for anybody. Then, hey, dinner party coming up.
Yes.
Yes.
Cheese straws.
Yes.
I
Yes.
Because I enjoy making them so much.
mean, yeah. Susan's gonna get on me. Her
Well,
cheese straw
I was
orders
gonna
are gonna go
say,
up
I
after
might
this
be
segment.
ordering
really
some
are
cheese
popular,
straws
and they're
from
delicious.
Susan.
Popular and delicious.
Oven Odyssey is her business,
Yes.
and she caters and bakes and whatever you need, I guess. You said you don't do a lot of desserts, though, right?
Oh my God, I
Not
do.
like birthday cakes, though.
Birthday cakes are not my forte.
Yes.
I cannot
Yes.
make a beautiful birthday cake. And, you know, honestly, I've tried to perfect that. And it's just not my thing, and I am okay
Right.
with that. Somebody
that-
else can keep that market.
That's right. That's right.
I'm good.
Right.
I'm good.
But she does make great desserts
Beautiful.
to go with your catering
I
needs.
make a flourless chocolate cake that is unbelievable.
A
It's not-
chocolate cake?
Flourless chocolate cake.
Flourless
Yes.
chocolate
And speaking
cake.
of another sponsor
Yes.
of our show,
Wow.
Called Coffee.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you know, you can find some of her products
Yes.
there.
Yes.
And a brownie
Oh.
that'll change your life.
Uh-huh.
So,
Is that the
Yes, and
killer
it really
brownie?
does, doesn't it?
it's so
I mean,
good. Yeah.
She has a
That's
brownie
it, the
there
gluten-free
called
brownie that will change
Coffee,
your life.
called the Killer Brownie, and Called Coffee is right off Quintard Avenue. So if you're coming down from Gadsden, Etowah area, it's down 21 as you're coming into Anniston. Right before you get to Martin Wakefield's on your right, you will see Cold Coffee right there.
Yeah, good stuff.
And right behind that is Aquality Farms.
That's right. Yes, it is.
And Aquality Farms, which is Samuel Sawyer that's with us today, his phone number is 256-283-2991. And you might want to jot that down because you may have some questions after we have our guest segment in a few moments.
That's right.
So feel free to call him. He would love to help
Those are
any way
nice.
he can, and so would Susan.
Yes. Be thrilled to help you out in any way that we
Okay,
possibly
Susan,
can
this
with
looks
food.
great.
It does. It's pretty, isn't it?
Okay, so can we can all be kids and eat strawberries? And
Let me make a picture of the pretty food, and then we will jump right in and eat. Lovely. What? Okay.
There we go. She's having to snap a picture on TV. What about that?
I know,
Yeah,
right?
I like
That's
that.
okay.
That's good.
That's
All right.
okay.
Cool.
Okay, I do have clean hands. I used hand sanitizer
That's right.
before.
We do have hand sanitizer
So,
over there.
True that.
Can I have this first one?
You can absolutely, and that the cayenne is
Oh, they're not
perfect.
hot.
Okay,
They're perfect.
I'm digging in.
Wait for it, because it's right there.
Oh, is it?
It's there.
Uh-oh.
It's just a little slow. You've got a little creeper effect.
Uh-oh. So
That's how I like it, though.
That's
I like-
good.
that means this is all finger foods. Uh-oh, I'm feeling that kick now.
Uh-huh.
All you spice lovers,
that?
you will love these cheese straws.
Just
I'll eat a
little bit
banana.
of-
That'll calm it down a
It
little
will.
bit.
It actually
That's
will.
right.
I have
Those
some
are very
mint
good.
growing at the shipment spot by the highway. The mint would have colored that up nicely, but alas, I
Those
did not
strawberries.
bring
Well, I
mint.
don't know. I don't feel it now. Oh yeah, I do feel it. It's like a late effect.
Uh-huh. Yeah. That's nice. These are yummy.
I can't eat too much of that because I get heartburn from too much spice.
Uh-oh.
Do y'all? Do you? Ever
Sometimes,
do
yeah.
that?
My brother, though, John Mark, who also works with us at Aquality Farms, and he's the spice king. He can take it. He can take it all. So,
Oh, really?
But these cheese straws bring back a lot of memories, because my baseline for cheese straws was Bonnie Ray's at Linlaw.
Oh,
That was we would always go there. Thumbprint cookies and cheese straws.
And actually,
and these are up there. These are great. These
well,
and these are clean. These are clean.
Yes, and
Very
that's
clean.
actually why I wanted to participate in doing this show. Because I want to get the community back. It broke my heart to know, and I don't know the details, Bonnie Ray's Bakery had moved from Sykes to Oxford years ago. And now I saw it's out of business.
Yes.
So, I also had heard that maybe she still did some orders online or something, but I don't know the details of that.
Yes, ma'am. Well, it's always tough when, someone that's been a part of the community for so long, and a business closes or something happens. So, and that's why it's so important to have shows like this that are spotlighting our community and all the things we have. We've got a great community.
We truly do.
And spotlighting all these different people that have
local
businesses.
owned.
Yes, exactly.
Locally owned.
Yes.
And we do love the big franchise. I mean, we need them.
Right,
we need
yeah,
like
we need a little bit
Dillard's
of
or
them, yeah.
Walmart or whatever. But the local owned businesses, these are the ones that actually are the heart of your towns.
Yes.
They're the
Truly.
ones that keep the jobs, keep people employed, keep people fed,
Yeah, that's right.
clothed, like we had on a previous show that that will have aired. Mr. Lewis at Downing.
Oh, yeah.
He was talking about upholstery. I mean, everybody needs like their couches recovered
Don't
or a
throw out the
chair.
recliner.
Yes.
Yeah.
And most people don't realize, I mean, they just
Give it a new
automatically
life.
throw it away.
I just got
Yeah.
2 benches, and we went in there, and RD, his father, who's been, their family's been a part of this community for a long time, and my parents know them, and he was like, no, check this out. No, check this one out. And it's more than just going in and shopping or going to Amazon and clicking on this. And the convenience and all that is great, but when you have the time to really invest, it makes you happy. It makes
They
you feel
love
good.
what they do,
It's enriched.
too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's a
Sure does.
passion.
And we're talking about Downing and Sons right now. Lewis Downing, and he works there with his father and grandfather, and actually his grandmother started it. Correct? I believe in the
Grandma and Grandpa.
1960s.
Yeah.
And actually in 1963, as you can see on your screen, Downing and Sons. Please call them at 256-236-8972. Lewis, I'm sure, would be happy to help you if you have any upholstery questions. They have plenty of materials there. If you want to change your chairs or your sofa. And he also said he had many contacts that he could actually get in touch with
to
get
do the
them
work.
done.
And if you haven't started your gardening yet, it's not too late. Go
It is
down there,
not.
Yes.
get some seeds, learn something, and get some plants in the ground. That's
Yes.
another thing that makes people happy. Cooking,
Right.
I love cooking and being part of the kitchen, and then also getting outside.
Right.
And it takes your
Yes.
mind off everything.
Dirt
It's
under
very
my nails.
therapeutic. So go down there and ask them, hey,
Absolutely.
is it not too late to get some tomato
And
plants?
it's stress
It's
reducer.
not.
They
They know
It's
what
not.
they're doing too.
Exactly.
Yeah,
They can
it's a
explain
stress
things
reducer.
to you. It's good.
Well, we're going to take a quick break in just a moment, and we're going to come back and we're going to have a sit-down talk with Samuel Sawyer and the history of Aquality Farms and what he's all about. So stay with us. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, this is Blair Smith at Pediatrics Plus here in Anniston, located on Henry Road. I'm over here on the well side, but we do also have a sick side urgent care if you need us. We are more than happy to see you guys. Just come on, check us out if you get a fever, cough, or cold, or want to come in for a good checkup. Thank you.
Backus Bibles and Books is dedicated to providing churches as well as individuals with products and services geared towards strengthening every relationship with Christ. We specialize in Bibles, Bible imprints, Bible restoration, church supplies, home decor, gifts, and apparel. Call us at 256-201-1202 or visit us Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at 1100 Highway Drive in Oxford, Alabama. We look forward to serving you, equipping the people of God to expand the kingdom of God.
The Civilian Marksmanship Program, also known as CMP, is a national organization dedicated to training and educating U.S. citizens in responsible uses of firearms and air guns through gun safety training, marksmanship training, and competitions. Their vision is to lead the nation in marksmanship excellence, providing safe, high-quality, and innovative programs with a focus on youth. For more information about the CMP and upcoming events, visit thecmp.org.
The weather is warming up and spring is just around the corner at Miller Sand and Landscape Supply. I'm Craig Miller, and we've got something for everyone. From bulk materials like sand, gravel, and mulch to beautiful outdoor decor to make your outdoor living space the envy of the neighborhood. See our beautiful selection of Mazzarelli fountains, flowers to brighten your garden, and an outdoor center loaded with beautiful decor. Whether you need a little or a lot, visit Miller Sand and Landscape Supply.
Hey, this is Jason at Reeves Insurance. Just want to say a quick thank you to all of our customers for your support over the years. We now have offices in Anniston, Alexandria, and Oxford in order to serve you better. So stop in and see me or any of our experienced staff and let us shop for you. We'll find you the best price and the best coverage available. Thank you.
Welcome back. We are so glad to have you with us today in style, cooking, and the community. I'm Kathy Tillery, your host, and Susan Shipman, our co-host, and a wonderful chef.
Thank you.
And we have a wonderful guest with us here at our community section of the show, Mr. Samuel Sawyer with Aquality Farms. And Mr. Sawyer, okay, tell us about this. What is Aquality Farms? Because everybody's probably dying to know.
I know,
what it
right?
is.
We've had the suspense going through the cheese straw section. So thanks for having me. And Samuel Sawyer, Aquality Farms is an urban hydroponic farm in the middle of Anniston, downtown. My brother, John Mark, and I, we started Aquality Farms the first of last year. And we do all things, really Aquality Farms, but we really see ourselves as individuals trying to get people healthier. That's the mission behind it. The food, the mushrooms, the microgreens, the lettuce, those are just the means to that end. We are happy to be back in the community. My family has ties in this area. I grew up Anniston, Jacksonville, went to school at Jacksonville. And my father, Mark, and grandfather Richard Sawyer had the produce company and Mark's Fresh Market decades ago. And then my grandfather also had Anniston Pharmacy. So we've really been in the health and wellness side of business for, half a century in this community. And kind of life took a different turns, and went to Charlotte and to the Smokies. And then my brother and I, we always knew that we would have a business together. We just didn't know what that was going to be. So I'd had several business plans over many years, and kind of the stars aligned, and we said, hey, I think it's a good time to do that. So we looked at different things, and we said, hey, we've got a building right here in Anniston. Let's invest in it. This is a good idea. Not only we can make revenue out of it, but we can help a lot of people. And I've seen firsthand what living a healthy lifestyle has done for myself. So I want to give that back to the community.
Well, that's wonderful. And I know a lot of you that probably do live in this area. If you live in Calhoun County, I know you migrated here, you said, Susan, many years ago, but you were still in Alabama, right? You just in Tuscaloosa.
Yes.
Sawyer's Pharmacy, I remember that pharmacy when I was a little girl. A great pharmacy, local, hometown.
My whole family pretty much worked there.
Yes.
My grandfather was a pharmacist, but my grandmother was really the driving force. People knew her. She was friendly. She was a person that you saw when you walked in. And people knew my grandfather, but people remembered my grandmother as an amazing face in the community,
Sweet
and
lady.
a friend to everybody that came in. And she would go. I've met being back in the community and talking with people. There have been people like, I knew your grandmother. And when I was sick, she delivered it to me. And back then, no one delivered stuff. It's not like DoorDash and Uber Eats, and you can get anything. You know, so it was really something, and people remembered that decades later. So it made me smile. It was really good.
That's what makes an impression on people.
Oh yes, so
Going
you
that
and your
extra
brother,
step.
you and your brother are carrying on this tradition, actually, of a local-owned business.
Yes, ma'am.
But tell us a little bit about, can people come there, or do you sell your products in a store? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, we want to make our products, obviously, the first as accessible as possible. So if you want to come to our farm, you can come to our farm and see what we do. That's, you know, we want people to, and it's amazing, your local food sources, we know the people behind them. You can come down and see our operation and say, hey, this is good. This is a good product. Or go to someone's beef farm and say, hey, this is a good product, like Indigo Ridge, or organic vegetables like Willow Grove and Wellington. So we want you to come to the farm and see what we're doing. We want you to see that not only this is healthy stuff, but it's right here in Anniston. It's progress. It's the future.
And where is that?
People don't know what hydroponic is.
Exactly.
Yeah, tell us where to find you.
It's 1414 Wilmer Avenue. It's kind of right behind Called Coffee. It's right in the thick of things, so in between Quintard and Noble Street. You know, I really didn't think I'd be, you know, having a hydroponic operation in the middle of Calhoun County, but here we are, and it's awesome. It's so fun. So people can come to the farm. You can order online if you'd rather do that, or you can come down and see us we're at a bunch of farmers markets. You know, we love growing it. The biggest thing, the passion I have is interacting with the community and helping them and giving that access and that education on, hey, here's a product, try this with it. And I know we're going to do something with the mushrooms and show a recipe, because the mushrooms, you know, it's a little weird around here. People are like, okay, is this good? Is this bad? Will it kill me? But it's like, hey, they all have different flavor profiles, and they're really good for you. So being able to talk with the community about all those things is awesome.
Yeah, and mushrooms, like you were saying, they're very healthy for you.
Very.
So you could call and stop by. What are your hours of operation?
9 to 5,
9 to
Monday
5.
through Friday. And then people call us all the time and say, hey, are y'all there? Hey, if we're there, we're going to get you something you need. You know, that's why we're there. We want to give you those fresh products when you need them.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't realize mushrooms, a lot of people that are vegetarians, mushrooms is a form of protein.
A very
so
good
it's a
form
very
of protein.
good.
Low fat, low carb,
yes.
high in B and D vitamins. And like I was saying, they all have different flavor profiles. So some you might not like, but there's other ones that just saute amazing with about anything.
Yeah.
It's very
See, I
tasty.
love mushrooms, and I don't know enough about them.
Right.
So I'm going to learn.
And then
Sawyer is going to teach me, because all I know is the little baby Bellas at the grocery store.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people that want to learn more about them, and then there's people that they're not, and that's fine. They don't want to eat any mushrooms, and we laugh about it whenever I talk to them. But they buy our amazing lettuce and our lettuce,
The microgreens.
right? And the beauty of hydroponics and the system that we run, it's very sustainable. We're not spraying pesticides and chemicals and all these synthetic things that are really correlated to our health problems.
So really, can you say it's kind of like an organic?
Yes, I
like
can't.
an organic
we're
farm,
not
in a sense?
certified organic, but
Right.
I like to say we're naturally grown.
Right.
We're not adding anything else to it, and it's a very clean product. And you can see and taste the difference. It holds you buy it. If it's a day harvested, it's going to last in your crisper shelf for a week, 2 weeks, or more. We've had some of our products in our walk-in cooler 2.5, 3 weeks, and it's vibrant, verdant green. There's no lack of, a lot of the lettuce you get out there, it's been sprayed, first of all, which that's not good for your health with pesticides. But then by the time you get it, it's translucent. You can see through it.
Yes.
It's
It's
white,
already a
it's
week
clear.
old.
Yeah, so, you know, it has a little bit of a crunch, but you're not getting anything out of it.
And you know, I've tried to grow lettuce in the backyard in my little pots. You know, I was talking to one of our guests recently about how I started with little pots. You know, my tomatoes and my green peppers and my lettuce and romaine lettuce. Romaine lettuce has done pretty good in pots.
I'm
Regular
struggling
lettuce,
with the romaine.
like regular iceberg. No, it's no. I promise you, it's not so good in my pots.
But you're getting your green thumb because in agriculture and really in life, I mean, we learn from our failures. So you don't see that next year. You know, go with what works. That's right.
Yeah, don't do that one because I tried it and I was like, why is it growing straight up? You know, you know how it grows straight up. Well, I didn't know. And at the time, and so I started researching because romaine I did really well with the past few years. So I wanted to do the iceberg, just a couple, enough for me and my husband, you know. I went out there and I picked a few of the leaves, you know, but it doesn't make the head.
Right.
Instead, it's growing straight up. Yes. And tell me a little bit about that. Isn't that because of the heat? That means I planted it too late.
Yes.
Is that right?
Bolting is most of the time caused by, you know, lettuce is a cool season crop. So once, really a lot of our plants they're temperature dependent. So if you got a cool season crop and it's getting in the 80s and it's summer, that's time for them to reproduce or flower. So they're going to start bolting.
And there's nothing you can do with that, right? You just
not in your case, no.
Toss it,
right. I mean, hey, I mean, because a lot of times when it bolts, a lot of times, exactly. Sustainable. Give it to somebody else. Get it down and down the food web and the ecosystem because it might be bitter to you, but it's still fine in the soil.
And so y'all have lettuce, mushrooms, what other type of vegetables
we also
do you grow?
like basil, we do some herbs, and then we do microgreens, which those are just, you know, we do broccoli, kale, clover, radish, and we grow them for about 10 days. They grow about this high, they get their first true leaves, but we harvest them, but they're really nutrient dense. You have a ton of antioxidants, especially broccoli. It has a ton of sulforaphane. It's this antioxidant. It's really good for reducing inflammation, anti-cancer properties. Really, we have people that just come, hey, I need broccoli microgreens.
Right. Well, you're not a pharmacist, but you know what? You're in the health field. It sounds like you know your stuff, which is great, y'all. That's
you've got to be educated, but with all of this, and it's full circle, but the old adage is still true and always will be. You are what you eat. All these, a lot of these problems that we have and we run into, they're all caused by what we're putting in our bodies. And everything we can get away with, you eat some bad stuff or excessive this in moderation. But if you do too much of anything, those toxins are going to build up in your body and cause more inflammation. That inflammation is going to take a toll on you, and it's going to cause arthritis. It's going to cause swelling.
That's why your legs ache, and you have to take Advil, and that's not as healthy. And when
one thing in your body is off, something else has to be boosted up and has to take over. And so it stresses that. And it kind of becomes a chain reaction. So really, you know, I'm glad I'm in this place to be able to educate people, but really give these products that I think if you do, you know, if you eat well, I think it can really change the way you feel.
Right. Okay, now, so everybody knows, tell us where you're located again. He's right near Cold Coffee.
That's right, 1414 Wilmer Avenue. Quintard, Noble, Wilmer is right in the middle of that.
Yes, right here in Calhoun County. We are so glad that you joined us today. You can watch us on WEAC TV 24 on Channel 9 on Sparklight. And then there's plenty other ways,
Facebook,
Susan.
YouTube, live stream. There's no excuse for not.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, you can download the app on your phone. We're going to have some really great guests. Our focus on InStyle with cooking and the community is to bring back community, whether it's in Calhoun County or 2 hours away, all the way to Sylacauga, Auburn, Huntsville, anywhere in the state of Alabama. Please, if you would like to join us or advertise, please let us know. Go to our website or contact us. Have a beautiful day, and we will see you next week on InStyle with Kathy and Susan. cooking, and the community.